Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. So today I decided to review the brand new oval brushes from e.l.f. I feel like the oval brush trend almost passed already, but I remember that, you know, the first oval brushes were the Artiste brush and they were very expensive. So I decided to pick all of them up just to show you guys how they work, do a little bit first impressions and a review, and let you know if it's worth your money. Even though e.l.f. is very affordable, I still don't want you guys to waste your money on things that you shouldn't. So if you want to hear my opinion on this, please keep watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. So when I picked up these brushes, which was the day they launched, I was making sure to just buy anything that was new from e.l.f. so I could like put it in this video, and there was nothing new other than these brushes. And now that I'm going on their website, they came out with so many things. I believe it's like a holiday collection. Well, I review these brushes, keep that in mind that they just came out with more stuff. So check it out before you do make your order, because they did come out with a lot of makeup, but also a lot of different brush sets. I might get some of this makeup to review for you guys. If you're interested, let me know. They did come out with 3 brushes. I did put them back in their box just so you guys could see how they look. So they came out with a large oval complexion brush. This is going to be for your foundation and it retails for $10. I will give you guys close up in just a minute, but this medium one is actually to blend out contour and it is priced at $8. And then we have the small one. This would be good for blending out concealer and applying contour. The medium one is to blend out blush and bronzer, and the large one is for the foundation. Sorry, I got that mixed up. So I figured, why not try it? I am moisturized. I have some brow gel. So I'm first going to try out the large one for the foundation. Here's a little close-up. It is a plastic handle. There's not much weight to it, I will say, but the brush itself has so many bristles and they're very dense and it feels really, really nice. I prefer a sponge most of the time. The thing about these brushes is that they tell you to like buff like this, and I just feel so weird doing that. I feel like I'm almost like moving it around, but that's how these brushes are. I'm gonna be using my glasses to put my hair back. That's usually what I do on like a daily basis, so why not? So for foundation, I'll be using my recent go-to. This is the Urban Decay. What am I saying? So for foundation, I'll be using my recent go-to. This is the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. If you're interested, I do use the shade 80 Cashew. It's so funny because these were like all the rage back in the day, and I think I liked them. I remember using one for blending out contour, but I don't think I ever got into actually blending out my concealer with it. And I did notice that the handle is kind of like slanted, so I guess that should help. So I'm just gonna buff that in. I will say I prefer this foundation with a sponge, so we'll see how it looks with this brush. So far it's actually blending pretty seamless. The actual edge is getting right in my nose. Let's see how I can go around my eyebrows. Oh, that was pretty good. I feel like you can use these edges to go around like precise areas, kind of like in the middle of the brows. This actually looks really nice. Okay, so my foundation looks really pretty. Like I said, I usually prefer this foundation with a sponge. It actually looks really nice. It went around my eyebrows that I already have brow gel on really easily, even between. And I thought I was gonna have a hard time around my nose, but it really wasn't. Like, it's actually blending it out on my nose. That looks really nice. There's absolutely no streaks. It doesn't look heavy. It actually looks pretty airbrushed, if I do say so myself. So far, so good. I mean, this looks really good. I don't feel the need to go in with a sponge after this, and usually with brushes I do because it might look a little cakey or a little streaky, but so far, this is actually going pretty well. So I like the brush. So far, I do like the brush. So next we're gonna do concealer and then end it with contour. Let's use the small one. This is what I'm actually kind of worried about. the thing with concealer is like you want to get in those little crevices, like in the inner corner, right under the eyes. I feel like you really need a sponge for that. Unless you're a brush user, like I don't even use a regular brush to blend out the concealer, so this is just gonna be like so weird. And then also something that I'm worried about is with these brushes, if you're gonna be like tugging under your eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And what's funny is that it's in the same shade as the foundation. It's in the shade Cashew. I don't think I will love it for concealer, but I do think that for applying contour and blending it out, I feel like that's just like more my jam. I don't know, man. I'm not used to like buffing under my eyes. I feel like I see people like drag it. This feels so weird. Get the inner corner. Okay, yeah, this is not working at all. I wish you could see how patchy it is under my eyes. And I can't really buff under there because it's such a small area. So all I can do is like pat it. And I feel like that defeats the whole purpose because you could be using a regular brush to do that. And I also feel like it might not be like blending it out as seamless with the foundation. Yeah, I don't love that. So I'm gonna just grab a sponge and kind of go over that. But I still wanna test the small one to apply contour and then the medium one to blend it out and also apply some cream blush. This is definitely not blending it out as seamless as a sponge, and it's also tugging on very sensitive areas of your face. So I would not recommend it. See how also like it's like really hard to blend into the foundation and it's not giving me the coverage either. So that's a big no for me. On the website it says that this is perfect for blending out concealer and applying contour. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little wipe and just wipe it a little bit. So I've been using this Wet n Wild contour stick. I would just put it on my face, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna like apply it on the brush. Obviously, this would be better for like a cream palette, but I don't really have one of those. Okay, so it's working pretty nice around the forehead. I like to get my temples, and I feel like it's gonna work pretty good for the jaw. Chisel that out. Pretend like we're not gaining any weight. It works fine, like it's applying the contour pretty well, but would I actually grab this to get product from a palette? I don't necessarily like to apply my contour this harshly. I prefer to go in with like a bigger brush like this. And so that way while I'm applying it, it's already buffing. But if you're looking to like sculpt and chisel like no other, then you might like this. What I'm most excited about, to be honest, is the medium brush because I feel like this is something that I will like more to see if it's gonna blend out nicely. Yeah, see, and since this brush is so dense, even if the contour is a little bit on the dry side, I feel like this is actually like strong enough to blend it out pretty easily, if that makes any sense. And I do like that it's a small dense brush so I can blend it out on the side of my forehead. Already liking this much better. I did like that foundation brush, but that concealer brush is really a no-go for me unless you really want a oval brush for sculpting, but I don't really need that. So now let's do a little bit of cream bronzing. I like to go in with a foundation, so I kind of want to see how a dense brush like that would actually work with a liquid like foundation. I usually don't contour and bronze with creams. I usually just do cream bronzer, but for the sake of the video, let's go ahead and do that. The thing about this foundation is that it does spread very quickly, so I'm really interested to see how it works with this brush. I usually tap it and then start buffing. Okay, so it is blending it out pretty good, but I will say it's kind of hard to keep it in one spot because you can't really like stipple it in. You do have to do those circle motions. This is why for me it doesn't work with concealer, because you can't leave it in the small area. So even though it is blending it out, I still do prefer it just for contour. Okay, and now let's just try some blush. I'm just gonna use the same brush. Since you do have extra bronzer, I feel like this might help it blend even more, so we'll see about that. I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty in the shade Grace. This is a liquid blush, and I'm gonna use it how I always like to use it, which is dotting it on my hand and then applying it with this brush. I'm very scared to go in with this brush, I'm not gonna lie. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Okay, so I kind of want to blend the other side with a regular brush that I would use to kind of see the difference. I usually like to go with like a fluffy angled brush, so I'm just gonna put some on my hand again, and I like to stipple it in and then blend it. See how this is just looking so much better and less harsh than this? I just feel way more comfortable using this. I understand that it's still like a lot of blush, but see how this is just more diffused and like blended, and this is like very harsh. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup. I will leave it in this video how I finish my makeup with it kind of sped up, because sometimes you guys are wondering like what I use. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back and I'll tell you guys if these brushes are worth your money and who I think should buy them and who I think shouldn't. Okay, so I am back. I will also link all the products that I used down below. So let me tell you guys what I think. I wanted to show you guys that this is the blush that I blended with my regular blushes, and then this is a blush with the oval brushes, and I just feel like it's very marked, just a little bit too much, and I feel like this one is just a lot more seamless. Would I replace my regular foundation, sponge, or brush routine with this brush? No, but if you do like oval brushes, whatever brand that is, I think that this is a really good one, especially for $10. The handle is just like plastic and it's lightweight, but the actual brush is super dense and super soft. So I do like the foundation brush if you're into oval brushes. If you have tried them and you didn't like it, then I probably wouldn't give this a shot. But if you are into them, this is a good one. When it comes to the medium one, I actually really enjoyed this to blend out contour. I used to use oval brushes just for that reason actually. So if you are looking for a new way to blend out your contour, or if you like to use a contour that's a little bit more dry, this will really buff it out because it's so dense. I feel like with a sponge or a brush, you would have to go in with a lot of force, and this actually like grabs onto it pretty well and like buffs it out. So I actually really enjoyed this. I didn't like it necessarily for bronzer or blush. And when it comes to the concealer or just a small one, I cannot blend out my concealer with this. It's just not for me. But I do think that this would be really good if you do have like a palette of creams to place the product. I feel like you could also use a highlighter cream, and like cut your contour with it. It's very precise, so I do enjoy it for that. But for under the eye, it's a huge no-go for me. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll definitely be using more the medium. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will link these 3 brushes down below. Again, $10, $8, and $6. And again, let me know if you guys want a review of their holiday collection. I can go put in an order right now. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know what you guys want to see next down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.